Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. So I figured we'll go ahead and make a video with loan signing versus general notary. Both make good money. Both are very different. You be the judge. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to tell you is general notary is what I do now. I started out doing loan signing. My first love was loan signing. That's what made me all my money. And then the market grew dry. That's just what it is. Hey, I ain't do it. Life did it. But what I will say is general notary pick right on up. Back like it never left, baby. Yeah. The first thing I'll tell you is general notary. Though the most convenient thing about that is getting paid right then and there. When you sign your documents, you get your money not later, not in 30 days, not in 60 days, at that very moment. That literally is number one, I think, on everybody's list, right? Never know. Something else I'll say that's a pro with doing general notary is basically making your own schedule. So you kind of work whenever you want to. So for myself, my business, I say I'm 24 hours. Now, am I 24 hours? No. I work a 9 to 5. But what I will say is when I'm available is when I'm going to work. So before work, after work, weekends, whatever, that's when I'm working. And that's okay because that's what I can do. With general notary, you make your own schedule. You do it how you want to do it. That's another thing with general notary. Another thing with general notary, a person calls you and say, hey, I need this document done. Okay, I'm on my way. Literally, you don't have to worry about printing out 300 pages. You don't have to worry about going through the most to try to get set up, to make sure your scanner working or none of that. You get your keys and your notary bag and you go make your money. So that's another thing for general notary. Another pro for general notary is the startup fee. You pay for your stamp, clipboard, pen, you ready. You can't beat that. Less than $100 and you ready to make money for the next 4 years. That's a big pro for general notary. Okay, another pro for general notary is when you work through Google My Business, basically, most of the people, I'm going to say 90% of the people are going to be in your area. You're going to have maybe that 10% that might be out further, but most of the time, they're going to be in your area somewhere. They're going to use your address that you put on that Google My Business, and people in your area are going to contact you. So you don't have to worry about driving too far. So the distance, that's a great pro. Okay, so we talked about a bunch of pros of general notary. I'm not going to lie, I am very biased because I love general notary. But what I will say, there are some cons, to be completely honest with you. The first con I can think of for general notary is the chances of dealing with fraud. You are doing all these documents. Nobody is really saying whether they are correct or if they are legal and true. Like if you do a quick claim deed. How do you know that person really didn't make it up? You have no way of verifying it. You're just notarizing that the person in front of you is signing it. So what if they use that, it's not real, and they use it to take somebody's house? That's really happening. And so ultimately, that is something that goes on with general notary that it could happen. Now, has it happened to me? No. Have I experienced it? No. But it does happen. So that's one of the cons for general notary. Okay, another con for general notary is being able to save money. It's harder. I don't care what nobody say. It is a lot harder to save money when cash is in your pocket right there. You have to be very disciplined in life. Do you hear me? Because when I look at my purse and I see 20s and 10, I'm like, oh, I got some extra money. I have to really like put my grown-up hat on and be like, listen, you got bills, you got stuff to do, to go ahead and just take that money, go to my bank and put it in. So that's why a lot of times I do request that they pay me with Zelle, PayPal, or something like that, Cash App. So I don't like really see the money. But that's a con. Being able to basically limit yourself with spending money, because it's money right then, right there on you. Another con I would say with general notary is it heavily relies on relationships. It heavily relies on building a rapport with your customers. You need to always market. You want to always keep yourself in the front of their minds. So always stopping in and say, hey, or an email or a quick text or something, anything like that. But like always marketing, because you need to continuously remind people that, hey, I'm available just in case. So that's one of the cons. Okay, the last con I'm going to tell you for general notary, which is not big, it's little, it's not much, but what I will say is with the driving, I would say wear and tear on your car. Not gas, because gas ain't too bad because it's kind of in your area, but the continuous driving all the time, wear and tear on your car. So that's the last con I'm going to tell you for general notary. Okay, so a pro I will tell you for loan signing is being able to save money. What I'll say is ultimately once you start working, after 2 or 3 months of consistently working, your checks are going to come like clockwork, and not one time a month. All month long, you're going to get different checks from different companies, right? Most of the time, they're emailed. So usually you'll get like the e-checks. And other than that, you'll get them probably like through, let me see, e-checks. And then sometimes people send you regular checks. So it just depends if it's like an attorney or a title company that they pay with checks, then they'll do it like that. So it just depends. But it's easier to save money loan signing, because instead of getting that money right then and there, that's looking at you, that's telling me, spend me, spend me, spend me, you have to wait on a check. And most of the time, no lie, 30 days. That's the minimum, 30 days. Every once in a while, you'll run into a company that'll pay you in 2 or 3 weeks. And I want to say one of them that I've heard people say is Amrock. Now, when I worked through Amrock, it was 30 days. But I have heard people say that they've gotten paid in 2 weeks. So I don't know. For myself, it was 30 days. But what I'll say is it's easier to save your money because your money isn't in your face. It's coming. And when you get that check, instead of cashing it and having money on you, it goes directly in your account. And that's what made it so easy for me to save up in order to get a house. Because I didn't, out of sight, out of mind, I didn't even get to see the money. I had me an account that I couldn't have access to outside of my regular checking account. I had one that was online. So I would take pictures of those checks and they're gone. They're not even in my regular account, so I don't even get to see the money. And that's the way that I saved up for my house. Okay, so another pro is once you sign up with these title companies, you're signed up. So whenever they need you, they're going to contact you. So when you sign up, like at whatever the ones that's in your area, and you literally can go on Notary Rotary and look at the long list of all the different signing services, pick out some, sign up, and once you're signed up and you turn all your documents in, you are on their roster. So when they have something in your area, best believe your phone will be ding, ding, ding. So once you're done, it's like a one and done type thing. So once you're in their system, you good. The biggest pro I'll say with loan signing is the amount of money you can make. What I'll say is if you get the right contacts, if you market to title companies and not the signing services, you're going to get more money, more bang for your buck, off like hands down. I know people that are loan signing agents that'll sit in a title company for 4 hours and leave with a check for $800. And they've been there 4 hours. And then you still have signings that you have to do the rest of the day. I will say honestly, I personally have made over $1,000 in one day loan signing. I've never made over $1,000 in general notary in a day. And that's the truth. But I've had $1,000 days doing loan signing. But that was before, when everything was popping. Now, what I will say is that I've never on purpose marketed to title companies. Now, when I've had packets, instead of putting it in FedEx, if they were local, I go to the title company and I drop it off and I show my face. I give out my business card. But far as making baskets and doing all of that to the title companies, I've never done that, because I know that what they want is a full-time person. And I can't do that because I'm not full-time. I work a 9 to 5. But I always said, one day when I work full-time doing loan signing, I'm going to market to title companies, because that is where the real money is at, whether you know it or not. If you get in with these title companies, they'll let you, so especially if you are their in-house notary, you in the game. But other than that, whenever their in-house notary is not available, guess who is available? If you market to them. So that's definitely one of the biggest pros for loan signing. Okay, so a con for loan signing, and I'm not going to lie to you, there are several cons. But the first one I will say is more work. So instead of like when you doing general notary, somebody call you, they want you to do a document, you get your clipboard, your bag, and you go. Not with loan signing. With loan signing, you got to wait on the documents. You got to make sure all the documents are uploaded. Sometimes they might send you some and you waiting on others. Sometimes they might send it at the last minute and they still expect you to be on time. But you got to print out not 1, 2 sets, and you got to make sure everything is right. You need to scan through the documents, make sure they're not cut off. Like, it's a whole process. So the amount of work you got to do in order to get that appointment started, and not just that, but once you complete the appointment, almost 90% of the companies now want you to scan them back. So now you've done it, right? You got to come all the way back, and now you've got to scan all those documents, sign back to them, and then try to hurry up and catch FedEx before it closes to send your documents off. So it's a lot of back and forth, this and that, when it comes to loan signing. So believe me, you are going to work for your money. That's just what it is. But that's loan signing. Okay, another con for loan signing is the amount it takes to start. No lie, I started before COVID, like around before COVID time. So what I'll say is I maybe spent $1,500. The prices I spent for everything is more expensive than what they are now. But what I will say is right here, I will go ahead and show you the startup fees. Now, if you look, you'll see like it's less than that. And will you make your money back? Yes, you will. But you're probably going to make it back in a couple months. For myself, when I started, the market was really good. The very first month I started loan signing, I made every dollar that I spent back. And that's the truth. You know how you hear people saying back then, they were like, oh, I make $10,000 a month and this and that. They not lying. They were not lying. No lie. Did you just hear me say I was making some days $1,000? That money they talking about that they were making then, it's the truth. And I have no reason to lie. Are they making it now? No. Because I would still be doing it. But no lie, I haven't done loan signing in probably a year. I've been doing nothing but general notary. Nothing but general notary. Do I still get dings on my phone? Yes, I do. But ultimately, the pros don't outweigh the cons for me anymore. It just don't. I just love general notary. I like to get my money right now. So that's one of the cons. Okay, another con to loan signing is if you show up and those numbers are not right, I want you to know you ain't getting no money. I want you to know you're going to get the travel fee, and that's if you hound them, and that's $20. Think about all the papers you done printed. Like, it's not, to each his own. But what I will say, that has happened to me numerous times. I printed all those documents out. I got there and the people are like, this is not what they said. They said I was going to get more, this and that. I'm not signing nothing. And guess what? When they don't sign, you don't get paid. Don't let them tell you no different, because it's not the truth. Another con for loan signing is if you mess up and you can't fix it, they're not going to use you no more. It's like one and done. Like, you literally, when it's time, when you mess up, if you forget a signature or an initial or a stamp or something like that, and they call you, you better go fix it. No matter what, rearrange your schedule or whatever, because if you don't fix it, they will not call you again. They will take you off their list and there will be no more calls. I have had it happen to me before. I was working my 9 to 5 and I could not leave. I tried to leave to go fix something. That's when I first started. I messed up and they were like, no, I couldn't leave, so I couldn't fix it. And I saw it go across the thing. They were like sending out the messages trying to get somebody to come fix it. But who wants to fix one document for $50? Nobody. Ain't nobody getting in their car to do that. You know what I'm saying? Not loan signing. So they had to go over and over and over and lower the price every time. And they were trying to fix my mess up. So you can believe after that, I didn't hear from them anymore, unfortunately. And I tried to email and apologize and none of that. That was it. Thankfully, there are hundreds and hundreds of companies, but not all of them are great. But this was one of the good ones, unfortunately. And so I was very sad about that. So I really tried to make it right, but nothing was good enough. They were done with me. So that is definitely one of the cons. If you mess up, you got to be able to fix it no matter when they say. Okay, I'll say for the last con for loan signing is you have to sign up for a lot of companies. And I don't want you to think you're going to just do one little application and you're done. They have, some of these places have whole processes, whole packets they want you to fill out and answer. And some of them are quick. Most of them take time. And you're going to have to spend at least, maybe when you first start, at least a good week and do nothing else but sign up at companies. And like I said, you can go to Notary Rotary. You could just go on YouTube and listen to people talk about the good companies. But like 123 Notary, they have a whole list of different places that they have it where it's good or bad, like rated or whatever. And I would say definitely 123 Notary is really good. And when I first did it the first time, did I pay? Yeah. I think all 3 times I've done 123 Notary, I've paid. But I want you to know I made my money back. 123 Notary, this is just an extra tip. If you want to work for attorneys, 123 Notary is where you need to be signed up at. I have attorneys that have found me on 123 Notary and Notary Cafe. Those 2 places, besides Google, that's where attorneys find you. So you sign up there and they'll work you. All right, so I want to thank you for stopping by my channel and checking out my video. I appreciate it. And I want you to just keep looking out, because you know I do general notary every week. I put your videos out there. But here and there, I'll put out a video here and there just to give you some different tips or any information I know about notary or loan signing. I'm not doing loan signing right now. I haven't done it in a while. But maybe in the future, if the market gets better, I'll tap back into it. But until then, and I still have all my supplies. I'm not selling anything. So I still got my printer, my scanner, everything. So, but right now, I'm getting all this money from General Notary. And I'll just let you in on something. Google my business is everything. This weekend just passed. I want to tell you, I had maybe 4 to 5 appointments. I made $700. The week before that, I normally don't even keep up with the amount of money I make. No lie. I don't really keep up with it all the time. I just kind of just put it in my account, But what I will say is, I don't know, I was just bored one day and I counted all my Zelles from Wednesday to Wednesday and my Cash Apps. And not cash, just Zelles and Cash App. from Wednesday to Wednesday. And I want you to know, $900 Wednesday to Wednesday. I surprised myself. I was like, what? General Notary. Listen, General Notary owes me nothing. I promise you. If it ain't doing nothing else, it's making money. Y'all better get on it.